Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Rustlin. Welcome back to the 757 BOB. I had with me today, I was shaking, sorry about that. I had with me today Chris from Family Springs. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Okay, he got joked. It's okay, it's all right, it's all fun. So, Chris is the owner, co-founder, owner, and CEO. How you want to introduce?
All those work, yep.
All of those. He's all of that.
Distributor of Family Springs Alkaline Water.
And the family's involved? Are we
Yeah.
family? It's a family business.
We do have some family
Yeah.
involved.
So he is the owner, CEO, founder of Family Springs, and that is alkaline water, folks. I don't know if you can see it, but there you are, Family Springs, really good water. So he is going to tell us a little bit about himself. We're going to hop right into it. We're not going to waste any time because let me apologize. This was supposed to have been out last Monday. What day we do? Wednesday, last Wednesday. And I'm so mad with myself, but I am so grateful and thankful to know this young man. He is a perfect gentleman, so considerate and forgiving. Because I really messed up. I really did. And I apologize. That video was supposed to have been out last Wednesday, and I didn't have it out because I didn't have the mics on. I can kind of smile about it now, but I'm still mad with myself because the mics weren't on. But he agreed to re-interview and do this all over again for me. So, you know, you guys thank him for me in the comments. Just reach out and say hello, if nothing else, okay? So we're going to get started. Chris, I'm going to let you introduce your business. Let's just talk about your brand first. It's the alkaline water, folks. This is what we're discussing. Good stuff.
So it's Family Springs Natural Artesian Alkaline Spring Water, sourced from Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. Always good to know thy source of where your water comes from, but it's natural spring water. Artisan, which means that it's free flowing above ground. And then it's bottled, and then you are able to capture that energy, those minerals that bring those freshly, to your home. Most of the time, bottled water companies don't give it to you as fresh as it is shipped across countries in containers, going through different climates where your water
How long it set up?
Years. Sometimes by the time you even get that bottle of water, right? So this is the freshest that we can give it to you. And that's what we do. We provide it to your homes and offices. And we do fundraisers, we do campaigns, we do a bunch of different things within our community because we create the value in you, because we believe that small businesses is where our value is at.
Very good. And I've tried the alkaline water, folks, and let me tell you, it's good. And I think I mentioned to him on the last video, I had the opportunity to drink some at room temperature, not ice cold, as we normally would drink water, at room temperature. And that water, usually I drink water and I can feel it on my stomach. I mentioned to him, I said, I can't feel it. It's like my body just absorbed it when it went in. And he was telling me that you hear that sometimes. I didn't. Never.
Absolutely. When your body agrees to something, it's going to,
It accepts it.
Yeah, it's going to accept it.
Yeah.
I mean, why would it fight against, what's good for the body? I mean, who fights against what's good? So, when your body agrees, you're going to get the benefits of it.
Yeah, I mean, regular water I had before, it just kind of set on my stomach like, why is it doing that? And then it just, flushes out. But for the body, just tell me what this alkaline water does, what it does for the body.
So mainly in a nutshell, alkaline helps because of the balance of the pH is in the minerals that is already in it. It's actually not allowing your water that has nothing in it to start stripping away and pulling away. Like everything, all water is not created equal. So water has its purposes within the body. What you want to do is basically relieve some of the stress and some of the tension off of other buffering organs within your body, because the body is going to look to neutralize whatever acidic waste that is in the body. Water has to be moved through your system. So some people's like, oh, well, you don't need to drink water. Well, you need fresh water because fresh water continues to keep things cooling within your system, continues to keep pulling minerals and all the dead toxins and things like that out your body to cleanse out, right? So always have to have a constant flow. And what that alkaline water doing is allowing those minerals and things to access, because that's how we get access into hydration inside the cells. It's through minerals, right? Minerals.
So you said through the system. Let me just ask, because somebody might be saying, "Oh, my system. What do you mean, my my stomach, my intestines, my kidneys, and down the toilet?" Or are you talking through my whole body? When you say system, just elaborate a little more.
So
on
you're
that.
talking about your digestive system, right? Because basically you're like a tube, and everything basically is like through osmosis. It absorbs through as it goes through, your mouth and all the way out through your anus, right? So everything literally absorbs through the different channels and goes through your bloodstream and so forth. So you have different buffers, different chemical valves that allows, water to move these minerals and so forth, right? So what we're doing is actually helping. This is why it's constantly, refreshing to get good, clean spring water so that it can basically be able to do what it needs to do. If you don't have that, then your body is going to look to neutralize waste, and then it's going to start to pull away from your bones, which have your most mineral deposits that are in there. So that's where it starts to get osteoporosis and things of that nature, right? Because it's looking for the calcium that's in those bones that help neutralize acidity. Salt, in other words, right? It's looking for salt.
And the funny thing, doctors should say, drink milk. You hear them, they do. I hear patients, they tell them to drink milk, and I'm like, oh, wow. Don't do that.
Yeah, and what that does, now you're building the extra lining, because you have a mucosal lining that, basically is literally protecting you from acidity. So that's where inflammation and mucus literally comes from. It's a protection mechanism. So even tumors, a lot of things that goes on within the body is literally trying to protect you from, even obesity. It's literally a protection mechanism, because the acidic waste is building up, and instead of eating it and having it burn through the tissue, is creating a barrier.
And you mentioned obesity. So when you're actually drinking good water, you're not craving certain things.
Right. Correct.
You're not craving certain things because your body's getting the minerals that it needs. It's getting nutrition that it needs, even if it's, what is your pH? You say your pH on here?
7.8 and 8.
All right. So pH, for folks that don't know, what does pH stand for?
It can be the potential hydrogen in the solution, or the power of hydrogen in the solution, or hydronium. Basically, is whatever the environment of that solution is, whether it can be acidic, a neutral, or alkaline. The pH is a logarithmic scale that is multiplied by 10. So every time you go between 7 and 8, and 8 to 9 is multiplied. So when you understand how acidic or how alkaline that substance is, basically it's letting you know the environment.
And you mentioned that when you're not drinking good water with that pH balance, that alkaline water, the acidity builds up, which leads to disease.
Right. If you're drinking something that's already acidic in nature, like soda, and eating things that are acidic, then you're putting more, and you're not exercising, and you're building up lactic acid, acidic waste, and it's not moving because you're not putting the flush in it.
So then you have
so it's stagnated.
arthritis.
Yeah, you're stagnated. Once you're stagnated, and it starts to corrode.
Yeah, things start breaking down. I totally get that. Yeah, very understandable. Thank you for clearing that up. Let's see. I have a question. It's kind of a personal question for me, because I want to know what got you motivated to start Family Springs, especially here in Virginia in the 757. What motivated you?
Living in communities where I noticed that we weren't offered the same quality of water, and being aware of that opportunity, finding that we were missing out on something that we had no idea of. Unless you go outside of that community and you go outside of those grocery stores, then you see a difference, and you're wondering why we're not offered the same. Well, there's a lot that goes into water when you start talking about your mental, your physical, and your spiritual being, and how we have roadblocks, and how can you pay attention in class without focusing, or how can you have a better, physical life and health, and wealth for that matter, if you're not starting off with a good building block, the building block of all life, essential to
Yeah.
life. We're talking about
And
the
that's
source.
a shame. That's a shame that we're not offered good water. But fortunately for us, we have Family Springs. We have Chris. Now, he did this. He started this business. He got motivated because of lack of good water in the community, in our community. So when you think about when you go into your box store, grocery stores, the big box stores, and you grab that water off the shelf, and that water is not going to do your body any good at all, unfortunately. You're drinking, like he mentioned before, that water's just going to strip the minerals out of your bones. It's going to cause inflammation. You're going to be not feeling well, but continually drinking that water year after year after year. But he has it set up whereas you can get this water in your neighborhood, in your community, and I don't want to say, but I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but drinking such water, good spring alkaline water like this, because this is good water, I've had it, it helps kind of heal the body. I would say, because you feel better.
Well, yeah.
You notice a difference.
Usually when an ambulance comes on the scene or you go into the hospital, the first thing they put into you is an IV, a saline solution, knowing that majority of the time the body is dehydrated and you're not going to be able to get any type of medication or anything else until you hydrate it with the proper minerals, which is
So
what
even they know.
saline solution. Right. So, the first stage of anything is proper hydration before you can actually do absolutely anything else. If you don't start there, you absolutely have no base for anything.
Wow. You hear that, guys? Wow, that's amazing. And I know, getting this business started is not an easy thing all the time. We have challenges. Were there any challenges, that you came across that could have made you want to give up and say, no, I'm not going to do this? Any?
Well, as far as giving up, that was never an option.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
But yeah, there's definitely challenges, because moving water weight is extremely expensive, and there's no school, there's nobody that teaches you how to get into the water business. So this is a class that was had to be figured out by yourself.
Wow.
You know what I mean, and kind of go. There's nobody to usher you along for that process, which is extremely important, right? Because if we don't learn that, that's part of economics, which it should be taught. So
It should.
yeah, absolutely. So as far as understanding that part of community building and economic structure, I think it's something that we need to tap into and make sure that we support. You know what I mean? Because that's how our community thrives. That's how generations are built, and that's how we continue to sustain life.
And the operative word in his statement was support. So I'm challenging you guys to support Chris and his endeavor to help you. Basically, that's what he's doing. He's seen a need in the community, and he said, let me help. So when he reaches out and he says, let me help, the obvious thing for us to do is support him. I mean, we're getting ours. We went online. Let me see. Here's a QR code. Where is it? Probably can't see it on here. But if you can see that, where's the camera? If you can see that, go ahead and scan it. I don't even know where the camera is on this thing. I'm holding it here. So if you can see it, go ahead and scan it. Or you can go to where?
FamilySpringsWater.com.
FamilySpringsWater.com. And support something that this gentleman has set up to help you. And that's important because most businesses are set up and it's not to support you, it's to make money and take your money and care nothing about you. You get nothing in return. So this is the total opposite right here. So total opposite. So in Virginia, and I mentioned support, how has it been in Virginia for you as a whole, the business? As a whole?
Well, we have a conscious collective of people within our community that are firm believers they support consistently, and as far as building the system and the structure that's going to be able to, you know, to help. Like, yeah, we definitely have that here, and I love
Very
it. I
good.
love
Very
it.
good.
Definitely love it. You know,
That is good to
because
know.
yeah, you
Very
have to
good.
have that family structure, that
Yes.
family system,
Yes.
you know, in order to grow. So yeah,
And
we do have that.
there's another word he mentioned, grow. We want
Yeah.
to grow. We want to grow this, and like I said, it's good for you. It's good water. You know how hard it is to find good water?
Yeah,
It's hard to
absolutely.
fiid good
You
water.
got to go to the mountains,
And
man.
and then
That's so
some.
far below.
What about in the store? They say that's good water, and that stuff is. I've had it, chemically alkaline. So you taste the metallic taste in the water. That you don't want that, you know. But they're saying, here, drink this. It's alkaline. It's good for you. It's not.
If
No
you
chemicals.
don't know, you don't know, though.
Exactly.
You know, so that's
Exactly.
what I'm saying.
If
And
you
then
don't know, you don't know.
it becomes marketing and
Yeah.
who shouts the loudest.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah, that's not the way it should be, but that's the way it is right now. But you have an alternative, and this is it. Family Springs. FamilySpringsWater.com. This is it. And how long have you been doing this, producing this alkaline water for us?
7 years.
7 years, guys.
Business 6. Yeah, we've been doing this about 7.
Oh my goodness. That's a long time. Well, to me anyway. I don't know about anybody else. But 7 years, and the thing is, I mentioned earlier, you know, what challenges did you have? After 7 years, I mean, you had your challenges, and like you mentioned before, I think you said you still have challenges, but you're still doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not giving up. And I think that's the key. You're not giving up. You only stop when you have to. The water runs out. You stop. The wheels fall off your truck. You stop. You know, there's only when you have to. And it could be a temporary stop, because you could stop and start right back up again, correct? Yeah, yeah. Because you know what you're doing now. Okay. So let's say somebody else wanted to start a water business. What's the first thing you tell them where to start?
Find a good spring, a local spring, as close as you can get, you know.
Okay.
And then, you know, build a relationship. Start to, you know, travel and start to move in the water and make sure that it's a good quality, you know. Check
How
out
far
the
you go
treatment.
out?
We're about 4 hours out.
You hear that? He said he's 4 hours out. Your water is at the most, before he can get it to you, 8 hours old. Imagine that. Imagine it. Would you say about 8 hours old?
8 hours old.
Yeah. I mean, that's hard to imagine, because when we go in the store and we get these cases of water, we mentioned it before, it's sitting there for years. And then they say, oh, just give it to them. In those plastic bottles. Now, you have plastic bottles, but tell us about your plastic bottles they're in.
Yep, these are BPA-free plastic bottles. Even with our plastic bottles, you know, we don't leave our product leaching in the sun. You know, a lot of times you can go past gas stations and 7-Elevens, and you'll see that water sitting outside, you know, in the sunlight, you know, for people to actually consume and pick up. So they, you know what I mean? You can also tell by the feel of the plastic, the crinkliness and so forth.
I can pinch
you know,
it. I can hold it like
so,
this and it don't crumble.
You know, do we want to stay in the plastic? No, we want to be able to move out, but you know, we are getting it bottled at a bottling plant. So we do have goals to moving towards a future without the plastic, but for now, this is how we do it, and we also offer 5-gallon jugs for those who want to be more economically friendly and supportive of that. So you can actually do it that way as well.
All right. Now, tell us how many ways we can reach out to you, dude. I see on your bottle says follow.
Follow the drip. Follow the drip is a campaign where you can actually scan any one of our QR codes and find out the community to which we service in. So you can find different restaurants and shops that have our bottled water, either for sale or a water hub for pickup. If you care to order any of them and pick up at any of those locations that may be close to you. We also deliver, so you can also order and we'll deliver it to you. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We are changing our website, so just be in tune. By the time this may come out, we may be going through some changes for the better, but with all things being equal, it should be a smooth, hopefully, transition and a lot easier from start to finish for you guys to make it a great experience.
Okay, great. And it says Facebook and
Yeah,
is that
Facebook
the
and Instagram. Yep, Family Springs LLC on Facebook and Family Springs on Instagram. You can message us on either. Send us the email, but please feel free to reach out to us 888-927-4257 if you care to.
Repeat.
That's 888-927-4257. Hey, look, I give it away, but my wife won't let me. No, it's not.
No, he didn't. He went there. Okay, that's great. Now, I'm thinking, is there anything else that you want the people to know about your business? And is there anything? I mean, he's like a wealth of information. I think we could talk about the nutritional part of it forever.
Yeah.
But he's a wealth of information when it comes to it. Anybody got any questions, just put them in the description. In the comment box. I'll put his information in the description after the video airs, and you'll have all his information. And anything else you want to mention?
Please join us, become a member. Family Springs, get discounts on your water. Referral bonuses we give out, you can earn, while you purchase. So that's called a water cycle. You know what I mean? Be a part of the water cycle. Every time you purchase water, you get credits, to actually buy down on your additional purchases of water. So, who beats that? Something that continues to keep flowing.
I look forward to that myself because I drink a lot of water. And
you should get paid for it.
I should get paid for it. There you go. Who knew I could get paid for drinking water? But yeah, that's very good. I appreciate, again, you taking the time out. I know you're a busy man. My goodness. I thought I was busy. I thought me and my husband had busy lives. I mean, we sit here and his phone will go off 20 times, like every minute. We've been on here 22 minutes, 22, that thing that done 22 times. It's just busy. But I really do appreciate you taking your time out. Like I said, we did this before, and I cannot tell him how appreciative I am of him being willing to redo. This tell you the type of person he is. He was willing to redo my mistake that I made. And I feel really bad, but I do appreciate it because I do like water. Alkaline water, I like better. Like I said, it's hard to find. And people may talk about the price of water. That's one thing we didn't talk about. Not your prices, but the price in general. When you pay for alkaline water that has been sitting and has been alkaline through whatever process. Chemicals, whatever they use. Somebody said you can put a piece of metal in there. I seen one time on a commercial, piece of metal inside of your water to alkaline your water. I don't know what that was, but I don't know. But when you go in the store and you pay for that water that's been setting for so long, and then you compare it to Chris's water that at the least you're getting water 8 hours old.
Right.
And if it's a few dollars more, pay for it. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. Because the longer the water set in the bottle, plastic breaks down. So when you got water that's been sitting for a whole year, 2 years, 3 years, I'm afraid to even go past 3, but sometimes that water could have been sitting even longer. That plastic is breaking down in that water. This water you're getting fresh. You can't get no fresher than this. I'm telling you guys. Go for it. Try it. At least try it. At least try a case. See how you like it. You can drink this at room temperature. I'm so surprised that I can drink this at room temperature. I was a little skeptical because alkaline water, can you see that, guys? Alkaline water, I guess I was getting the wrong kind. Had that metallic taste, that metal, that chemical taste. Oh. Not this. I was waiting for it. I ain't gonna lie. Because I said, I don't know if I'm gonna do this video. I gotta taste this water. Because if I got that metal taste and that aftertaste in my mouth, I don't know if we're gonna have to cancel, because I can't sit here and lie to you. We had to cancel it. It would not be happening. But I appreciate you for even starting this business. Appreciate the fact that I didn't find you. Leslie brought us together. It was Leslie was like, hey, you got to meet her. Yeah, I'm glad she did, because, I mean, I like the sea moss too. Remember Leslie from my last video? She does the sea moss. She introduced me to Chris. Chris does the water. Like I said before, I'm not trying this to do like health food.
Using our water for her sea moss.
Get out.
Yep.
I didn't know that. My sea moss is getting you alkaline water. Oh, I didn't know that.
Natural spring alkaline.
She didn't tell me that.
But the best. Yeah, she's in.
Wait till I see her again. I see her in passing. But yeah, I did not know that. So wow, you get a double. Oh, that's good. It's good. I appreciate it, Chris. I really do. You guys, Family Springs, FamilySpringsWater.com. You had the QR code, you had Facebook and Instagram. Was I missing another way? Oh, you gave the phone number. One more time.
888-927-4257.
I want y'all to find him anywhere you can. All those directions, use them. And once again, Chris, I'm going to say thank you so much. You answered all my questions. You described what alkaline does for the body. That was like my most important thing. I wanted people to know the difference between the waters when you're drinking like tap water that has the chlorine and the fluoride. That's poison. You don't want that. So there's a big difference in between drinking Family Springs and tap water. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right.
I mean it. I really do. I really do mean it. You just don't know. I was like, oh, am I going to get a video out this week? And I did. So I appreciate your time. Appreciate all you do. Appreciate the water. Everybody leave him a message in the comments, because I'm sure he's going to be looking. Reach out, say hello if nothing else. Just say hello, like your presentation. So, all right, till next time. I think I have June the 5th. I have Herb Savvy coming. Herb Savvy is going to be doing a video with me. They are herbs, teas, oils, everything. So their place is absolutely awesome also. So look forward to that. And thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is 757 BOB. This is Wrestling speaking. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Until next time. I have to say subscribe. I just got a reminder. You have to subscribe. Hit the like button. That's the thumbs up. And share the video. I try to remember. Hit the thumbs up. You gotta like the video for me. And remember to subscribe, right? Did I get it all? I got all the angles. I feel like I'm forgetting something else. But if I am, anyway, you guys know. All right. Love, peace, hair grease. We out.